Yo, what is going on, guys? Joey Sugarbuck is back here with another video, and in this video, we're here to talk about the game that we just finished watching between the Bengals and the Ravens. Primetime game at the bank. Wow, man, this was a show, and I will tell you, one of the headlines that was kind of flying under the radar going into this game, besides all of the firepower on both sides, was the fact that these two teams have the best kickers in the NFL, but one is most certainly better than the other. And I think a lot of people predicted it was going to come down to one of them, to one of their legs to come up big, and it came down to one of their legs, our guy Justin Tucker, to pull out the game-winning field goal. I gotta give a lot of people credit because I know several people made that prediction that at least one of the kickers was going to be called to make a game-winning field goal, and that's exactly what happened. And Tucker was the one who got called, and he delivered, and he was never in question. It's one thing, for it to be like going like really, really close. It was like could not have been more down the middle. Perfectly done. All right, so guys, this is a huge win. So happy about this. I know I didn't have it on camera, but I got a little energized there at the end after that win. That was really, really huge. 2-3 is so much different than 3-2. And now, again, I know it's early, but we are now in sole possession of first place in the AFC North. Browns lost today. Steelers lost today. They lost to Buffalo, and of course we beat the Bengals, so they lost too. So now we are again the front runners in the AFC North. Again, I know it's early, but we got to win these division games. We need to be mindful of that. And the first division game of the year, we took care of business, and that's exactly what we need to do. Set the tone for down the road. And the Bengals, man, they needed to be humble. They needed to be. They were so cocky about us all off season to start the season. They couldn't stop talking about how they kicked our ass last year. We finally humbled them. And it's one thing, like, if we beat them in a shootout, it kind of would have been a bit different, but that's not the case today. And we really did a nice job against their offense, and that was the difference maker. All right, so let's get into some more specifics here. All right, so Lamar Jackson, I thought he was better. He was better than last week against Buffalo. He still wasn't great. There are still some things that he needs to clean up. And again, blown opportunities. I've been saying that every single game we blow opportunities, including this game. We won the game, but it's still, the blown opportunities still do not go unnoticed. But here's the bottom line. People are going to say, oh, the defense carried. Lamar Jackson played like crap. Hey, who was the one? I know Tucker made the game-winning field goal, but who was the one who got us down there? Lamar Jackson. He had a couple nice throws, and had that huge run to get us into field goal range. He ran for the first down, which was the final nail in the coffin because the Bengals had no timeouts left. So, again, he missed some opportunities. He threw a bad interception that just set me over the edge, but he came up clutch when he had to. I got to tell you that when we got the ball back after the Bengals took a 1-point lead, I was really, really nervous, man. I was just like, don't turn the ball over. We can run it. We can do short passes. We have all the time in the world. Do not do anything stupid. And hey, he did not. He looked comfortable, and we marched right down the field, and we got in field goal range, and we won the game. So that was great. So that's why, again, not Lamar Jackson's best game. Definitely some missed opportunities, but he came up clutch when he had to, and that's all that really matters, at least in my book. Of course, when I missed opportunities, the pick, which was bad, it was a great play call, a great play design. We executed it well, and Demarcus Robinson was open. Or was it Duvernay? I don't know if it was Robinson or Duvernay, but they were open. It was a deep throw, and Jackson just sailed it right over his head, and I think it was Von Bell who picked it off. Just a bad throw. It's one thing. Sometimes you can blame it on both the receiver and the quarterback. I think all the blame's on Jackson. That was a bad throw way over his head. I don't think you can blame the receiver at all. And then the other two blown opportunities were the deep pass to Duvernay looking in the end zone. He couldn't connect on there. There was some decent coverage there, but if he put it on the money, I think we would have got it. But the bigger one was the Tylan Wallace sighting. Hello. The reason why, and James Prochet got more action than usual tonight because of course Bateman was out, so we did more rotation. And Prochet got a couple catches, I think, and Wallace got one or two as well. But Wallace should have had a touchdown catch. We went for it on 4th down. Not sure if I agree with that call, but Wallace was going right down the sideline, and Jackson missed him. So that was another blown opportunity. And the first 4 games, blown opportunities had really come back to bite us, especially in the games against Miami and Buffalo. And we had blown opportunities in this game, but they did not come back to bite us. We were able to squeeze it out and get the win. So I think my biggest I guess pleasure in this was the defense. It's really giving me hope that we're starting to turn a corner. We let up what was it? We were really good week 1 against the Jets, but then just an absolute meltdown against the Dolphins. We weren't great against New England either. We forced turnovers, but we also let up a lot of big plays. And then Buffalo, we were better. We were starting to rebound against Buffalo, and we played well tonight as well. I got to say, Marlon Humphrey, man, he really stepped up today. I know the game plan for Chase and just their receivers in general was to run a lot of zone. We ran more zone than we've ever run. That was kind of McDonald's plan. I like it. I was totally cool with it. But Humphrey was matched up one-on-one with Chase a fair amount of the time as well. And in general, Humphrey won the battle. I know Chase had that big back shoulder catch late in the game on that 3rd down that set the Bengals up to score. But, and I do... It would have been helpful if Humphrey turned around. But besides that, Chase had a lot of short catches, but they did not amount to anything big at all. And Humphrey, again, generally won the battle. I'm really pleased with that. Another guy who played really well was Marcus Peters. And I got to say, I was surprised. I didn't expect Peters to play tonight. He had a quad injury in practice, and then he didn't practice Friday. So I was assuming that he wasn't going to play. But he actually did play. And boy, did he play well. He was all over the field. And he was a lot more physical today, which I really liked. He made several nice tackles. He, of course, talked his crap to the receivers. That is what he does. I know, some of it's unnecessary, but it's what you got to do to fire the team up. And again, he was making plays all over the field. His coverage was good. So Peters is actually, he's only had 1 interception so far, but his coverage has actually been really good so far, so I'm really hoping he's turning a corner because the last season that he was healthy with us, 2020, his coverage was not great. But so far this year, his coverage has actually been pretty good. And tonight, it was very good as well. He got a couple one-on-one matchups with Chase as well, and generally he won the battle against them, except for that one pass interference call, which was a little suspect. He did tug on him a bit, but I'm also not sure if the ball was catchable, so it was a questionable call. Officiating-wise in general, again, a couple calls that on both sides I think either should have been called or were not called. There was a couple of big missed holding call on Odafe Owe, but it was nothing big that changed the theme of the game. I don't think. What really changed the theme of the game was that interception. We were up 10-0. We were marching down the field. We were set up to score again, and we turned the ball over, and then the Bengals went down and scored. It's just that thing. That is such a swing. We go from threatening to be up 17-0 to making it 10-7, and it switched in 5 minutes. So again, it's these opportunities that we have to fix up. But again, we won the game, so I can't be too mad about it. What gave me some hope today is our pass rush was a little bit better today, but again, I got to remember it is the Bengals offensive line. The Bengals offensive line, they look good on paper. They made several moves in the offseason, but it just has not been very good this year, in pass protection at least. Run blocking, I think they've been a lot better. Pass blocking, though, has been a big-time issue. They've let Burrow get sacked quite a bit. Some of the sacks have been on Burrow for holding the ball too long, but the line has not been doing him a lot of favors. The pass rush wasn't great tonight, but it was better than the past couple weeks, I thought. I also thought that this was Odafe Owe's best game. He didn't have any huge splash plays, but I think he had a couple nice plays against the run. He did have a couple hurries, and again, there was a play where he probably would have gotten a sack, but he got blatantly held, and they just didn't call it. But no, I thought Owe was better today. He definitely seemed to have more of a presence felt. I think he was causing more disruption, which is what we've been looking for. But the bigger player of the game, another edge rusher we have, Pierre Paul, played a really good game tonight. He had 1 sack, and he also had, I think, 2 or 3 bad balls. He made some nice plays against the run. He was generally winning his 1v1. So JPP, man, I'm really, again, so happy we signed him. I know he's old, but he adds that veteran presence that we have with Houston, but Houston's out right now with an injury. So, Pierre Paul can hold the fort down until Houston comes back, and he also adds a piece to the rotation. And then Bowser should be coming back soon, and then Ojabo. So we're going to have a lot more rotation at the edge rush position, which I'm really happy about. That should help, give our guys some more time to rest, and it should keep them fresher as well. So all thumbs up there. And of course, though, it's never man, it's just we are cursed for some reason. It is never a Ravens game without an injury. Like it's never a Ravens game where we get out of the game healthy. It wasn't horrible today, but Marcus Williams, probably our best defensive. It's close, but regardless, one of our best defensive backs easily, and our best safety at least, went out with a wrist injury. I actually didn't see the play. I don't really know what happened, but he was doubtful to return, and then he was declared out. It's a wrist injury. So, again, it's better than like a leg injury or something. He didn't like tear an ACL or anything, but wrist could be a sprain, could be a fracture. So, he could be out for some time. We'll see what the update is after the game. But Marcus Williams could be out for some time. But I actually think that Geno Stone was the next man up, and I actually think he did a pretty nice job. He held the fort down, and again, no big plays in the passing game for the Bengals tonight. We kept everything in front of us, a lot of short passes. Some of them went for more than they should have, but again, no big bombs today. Chase was held in check. Boyd was held in check. Higgins didn't really play much. He's been dealing with an injury. He was active, but he didn't get a lot of snaps. So Stone, I think, played pretty well, and I think he's probably going to have to he's probably going to be the starter for the next couple of weeks. I think Williams might be out for a little bit, so it's going to be at the Geno Stone now. But again, the bigger concern, of course, hopefully Williams gets well soon, but it's just, man, we can't stay healthy. And then Linderbaum went out with a mini injury, but he came back, so I'm not worried about him. But it's still a reoccurring theme, man. We just cannot stay healthy. And then, of course, another big headline for tonight was Ronnie Stanley made his first return back after missing so much time with that significant ankle injury. So, I mean, no surprise here. What we did was rotate him. We kind of like switched off drives. He would play one drive, then Patrick McCary would step in. Stanley would come in, McCary. And then in the second half, we kind of played mostly McCary. We didn't give Stanley much action in the second half. But again, I don't think Stanley wasn't feeling good or got hurt again. It's just part of the process. We're easing him into it, and I think they would rather ease him into game action rather than just having him practice all the time and then coming in like a wall. You know, they're kind of going to ease him into game action. So that works for me. If that's what they feel is necessary, just keep him healthy, and I'm fine with it. And when Stanley was in, I thought he was fun. He seemed to hold up well. And of course, he generally went up against Trey Hendrickson, who was very, very good. I thought in general he was pretty good. No like big notable plays, but he also, if they let up a sack or they have a really bad block, it will get noted. And I don't think he had any of that. So that was cool. McCary, he got beat a couple times in pass protection, but in general, I thought he held his ground well. I like McCary. He's tough. He battles through a lot of injuries, but he's generally been pretty good. The offensive line tonight wasn't great in pass protection, but the Bengals do have a really good front four. They got, I guess I said Hendrickson, they got B.J. Hill, they got Sam Hubbard. So it's a very good front. So from what we did tonight, I can't really be too mad. They didn't totally dominate. They got the better of us, I would say, but we still did okay. And oddly enough, so I know we did not do very well in pass protection tonight, or at least not great, but the run game was actually pretty good tonight, and that's another thing that I think is starting to revive. The two things that I'm really hoping are starting to revive are the run game and the defense just as a whole. The run game has been much better the past few weeks. We're finding more holes. I think Dobbins coming back has really helped, but also we saw some flashes tonight from Kenyon Drake. He was a healthy scratch, I think, 2 weeks ago, but he played tonight. He got a decent role because Justice Hill was out, and he did pretty well. He got several nice runs. He sold the fakes well with Jackson. Jackson had a few nice runs, and then of course J.K. Dobbins had several nice runs as well. Again, really happy Dobbins is back. He just makes such a big difference, and I think he's looking better and better every week, rehabbing from that ACL tear. So it's great to see, and Gus Edwards returned to practice last week, and he should be back in a few weeks as well. So it's all starting to come together. The issue is every time we get guys back, new guys go down. Hopefully Williams' injury is not significant. I have hope that it isn't, but we'll see what happens. So, again, guys, huge win here. 3-2 is so much different than 2-3, and now we have the momentum going forward. And with what looked like an easy win before the season started next week, it is no longer an easy win. We have to go to New York to play the Giants next week, and hey, the Giants are actually playing pretty good football right now, so that's going to be a game that we're going to have to take very seriously. But we'll worry about that later. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this recap. I hope you all enjoyed this video. What a win, man! So happy about this. Perfect. I know there's mistakes and there's stuff we got to clean up, but a win is a win, and we can send the Bengals home with an L. So very happy about that. So guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, maybe be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I am out. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice holiday weekend if you're celebrating it, and I will see you next weekend.